This is Michael Hain.
Hi there, this is Jimmy Page.
Hi, this is Gary Cattell, the Willow Preacher.
This is Larry Johnson. You're listening to Lion 90.7 FM WKPS State College.
What's up? It's your boy DJ number one here at the Line 90.7 FM. Man, I don't know. This must be my lucky week because we in the station all types of exclusive this week. I've been back twice and I'm not even on my show night yet. But we are here from 6 to 6:30 tonight, and I have a special guest again today, presidential candidate Anthony Mitchell. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I cannot complain, man. It seems like it's been a long journey for you, man. About a week ago, you announced your campaign, and all types of stuff's been breaking loose, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been good on both sides. We got a lot of support, man, and a lot of opposition. A lot of people want to see this happen, but people running different campaigns and stuff like that, trying to, shake us off and get us off message.
Right.
But
okay.
A lot of people want to see this, man, and we're going to make sure that they see it.
That's good, man. So I'll get right into it since we're not going to have a lot of time tonight. I was reading and sitting in the hub like I normally do, getting ready for the interview. Yeah. And, I started hearing news about, Onward State and stuff going on there. So I was wondering, can you speak to anything that's been going on? I read the article myself, but, I think it's always better, like, Grandma used to say, coming from coming to horse's head, instead of all this other media outlets. So tell me, what's going on, brother? What's been going on?
Man, I ain't gonna even sugarcoat it. A little while ago, about an hour or so ago, Onward State released an article saying that I basically plagiarized my whole campaign.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we just talked about your campaign yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just talked about people trying to say this, and it's funny today. And I think, it's funny, the devil works in mysterious ways because now, literally hours later, they released this article. And
right.
that's...
And it's basically, and I sat down up at Irvin's with, one of the writers, I ain't gonna say his name, but one of the writers for Onward State. And I basically told him what I'm about to tell y'all is that, when we ran last year for at-large representative seat, I was mutually endorsed by the McDonald Ford ticket.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So when you mutually endorse, for those who don't know, that means that you sign off on my platform, I sign off on your platform. And that kind of shows that, we support each other, right?
Okay.
And I knew then that Emily McDonald and Terry Ford would not be able to finish all those initiatives in 8 months.
Right.
Being real about it.
And
and then I was going to pick up the baton on it, because
right.
That's not going to happen. So, and they talk about plagiarism. If you look back at the previous history of like presidential campaigns for UPUA, I mean, there's been a whole lot of overlap.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're going to say, I'm actually surprised that Onward State would say something like this after I told them the truth. Which
exactly.
Is basically, we supported each other in the last election cycle, and it's not gonna all get finished in one cycle. So I mean,
exactly.
You need somebody to pick up that baton, and I think I'm that guy to pick it up.
Right. And then my question for you, for those that don't know, how many months does a sitting president have in office here on campus?
Yeah, roughly about 8 months, man.
8 months.
Not including it's a year term, but then like you have
right.
summers and
exactly.
breaks and stuff like that. Like
so
people work over the break.
Exactly.
But,
See, I think people think about president as, right. especially with this being a political time in our nation as it is, people hear president and think it's this whole 4-year deal and you're in college or 2-year deal, and they don't realize how short of a period that people have. So you can't, if it's not as easy to get everything you get done. So it's not more so plagiarism as it is, like you said, it was mutually endorsed. So you picking up some things you supported. So if anything, they should be more supportive of it because you're picking up something that couldn't be finished and using it again to better our campus. I can't believe, I was surprised that they used the word plagiarism.
Exactly.
Now, out of curiosity, so where did this fuel come from? Like, what happened? Like, do you know why Onward State decided to pick up this story, decided to push this story? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
So, what happened was we put up something on the website, and I got a ping from an Onward State reporter yesterday talking about, hey, there's potential reports for plagiarism. But before all that, there are some folks that said, hey, this looks oddly similar. And I gave them my contact and told them, reach out to me. Let's talk about it. Because I'm open. happen like that, we can have this dialogue, we can have this conversation. And so, you know, the folks that said that they wanted to, this looks similar to some stuff that's happened before, they didn't reach out. So I thought their questions were answered. And then,
so they didn't reach out.
Yeah, they didn't reach out.
Okay.
I said, you know, my website, you can check out my phone number's on there, my email's on there.
Right.
Hit me up.
As we discussed yesterday.
Yeah, you know, because I'm an open guy. You know,
so,
you want to talk about something.
And that was my question for you, because a lot of people wonder, well, why? Because in the article, as I read it, they basically said that Anthony Mitchell was unreachable or was unable to answer any questions. So, and I was curious. I'm like, well, you know, Anthony, that's not true. He's one of the first people I've ever met give his phone number and email address and all that explicitly over air. I don't even do that. Yeah. The people listen, don't even know my name, because you're better man than me. So I was a little confused, because anybody wants to reach Anthony can reach Anthony. Like, I called you a couple times a day, and you know, it was answered on the first ring. So I was a little confused on why there wasn't any responses from you on their article.
So yesterday was a pretty jam-packed day. And, Lexi from Onward State reached out to me, and she wanted to talk. And I told her I didn't have time, because I had things already previously scheduled, you know, respecting other people's time. But I couldn't talk yesterday. That's why I tried to make it happen this morning. So this morning, you know, try to sit down with them and then everything. But I don't know why they said that, man. I got all the text messages, all the emails going back and forth saying, look, you know, it's definitely I can make time, you know, but I want to respect other people's time that schedule some things. But this whole plagiarism thing is crazy, because if you go to my my platform, the first thing that you see up at the top, it talks about, you know, having recognizing that this isn't all our initiatives. You know, these are things that have happened in previous UPUA assemblies, and previous executive tickets have taken these things on. So I mean, like, it's not like we said this is all new stuff.
Got you.
We shouted out Emily McDonald and Terry Ford in their previous election. We shouted out Anam Gandram and you know, when Emily McDonald was vice president, we shouted them out and said this is what's happening in previous assemblies, and that's what we're trying to pick up and make sure it gets done now. And
so, I don't mean to cut you off there, but since this is a pretty hot topic, you know, and you are a presidential candidate, we want to give a chance for people to call in and ask questions. And I completely forgot to give you guys the call-in number. So here it is for you guys calling to the station. Feel free. We got 865-9577. That's 865-9577. And in case these lines get too hot, you know, hotline bling, you can go ahead and hit that 865-7981 as well. 865-7981. That's directly to me, as well as Anthony and myself. And while we're waiting for callers, 865-9577, I guess, you know, as a neutral reporter, my issue is, without, you know, bad mouthing anybody, my issue is more so how this story came out. And with Onward State, you know, it's not like they're a baby reporting system or outlet, so they know how the elections work, and they know how everything works. They know that this is not quote unquote plagiarism, and they know why it's done that way, which is why I believe, and I could be wrong, you know, I'm not a mind reader, but it's why I believe there's not any quotes, because I'm reading this right now. There aren't any quotes from you on this article.
I wonder why that happened.
Right. And we got a caller coming through, so let's get them on here. Hey, you're on here on the line, 90.7 FM. It's your boy, DJ Number One. Who am I speaking to?
I'm speaking to Cameron.
Cameron, where you coming from, brother? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm from Penn State.
I can dig, man. What can we do for you today? You got some questions here for us?
No, I was going to listen in, see what's going on.
I can dig, man. Do you have any commentary? We got Anthony in the house, presidential candidate, man. You got any commentary for us? Any questions? Any concerns that you want to broadcast out for the people listening?
Yeah, just keep your head up.
Appreciate that, Cam.
Stay positive about our community and what we try to build here at Penn State.
Yeah, man.
We still gonna be doing great things no matter what happens. So yeah, that's it.
No doubt.
Hey, Cam, man, we really appreciate you calling in and feeding your support here for Anthony, man, as he's going through trying to get everything going through. We really appreciate you, and you know, if you can support Anthony, if that's what you are liking to do, go ahead and support Anthony. He's out there on Facebook, and you can go ahead and share anything on my Facebook as well. That's KMSN Productions on Facebook, and go ahead, and we got another caller coming through, Cameron. So we really appreciate you calling in, and we're gonna pick up on this next line, okay?
Thank you, Cam.
Yeah, no problem.
Keep it locked on the line.
All right.
Hey, how you doing, man? You're here on the line, 90.7 FM. It's your boy DJ number 1. Who are we talking to?
Ramon.
What's up, Ramon? Hey, what's up, Ramon? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Well, you got Anthony here on the line as well as myself. You have any questions, comments, concerns, man? What can we do for you today?
Yeah, I'm interested in finding out, like, why did Zico drop out?
Why did Zico drop out, you said?
Yeah, so the question for those listening is why did so Anthony's running mate by the name of Zico was reported to drop out the race, and Ramon's question here from Penn State was why did he drop out?
Yeah, so Zico dropped out because he didn't feel comfortable with the plan that I put in place to continue the hard work that the McDonald Ford platform was doing and with their administration, and while trying to leave our own legacy. So he didn't feel comfortable with that. But I still remain confident as a commitment to improving students and bettering student life here for undergraduate students at University Park. I'm still committed to it, Ramon.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Ramon, thanks for calling in. Make sure you keep it locked on Line 90.7 FM. If there's any more questions, you go ahead and hit up KMSN Productions on Facebook, and we really appreciate you calling in for your support.
Thank you.
No problem, man. Hey, we got another caller, and you're tuned into the Line 90.7 FM. What's your name? What can we do for you?
Hey, my name is Whitney.
Hey, Whitney.
How you doing, Whitney?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. You're talking to DJ number 1 here, and you got Anthony, presidential candidate here at Penn State on the line. You got any questions, comments, concerns? What can we do for you today?
I do. I have 2 questions to ask.
Oh,
The
2
first
questions.
question. So, do you still think your core followers are going to, go through and vote for you without veto? And second question, you have an abundant effect on the black population here at Penn State. How do you think people are going to feel about that?
Okay, so I'm going to address your first question first. So you said, how do my core followers going to feel about that? I think the people who know me know that this isn't me. This Onward State tweet, these articles, all that stuff, they know that that's not me because they know that I'm a man of integrity, I'm a man of character, and that's just bad form for me to do something like that without mentioning, because, plagiarism, it'd be another thing if I didn't say, hey, these are things that are happening in other administrations and other executive boards. I didn't say that all of these ideas are mine. I said that we're going to pick up these ideas and we're going to make sure that they get done. Now, the second question is I have a big following in the black community. Well, if y'all haven't noticed, I'm black. You know what I mean? And I'm in a PRC.
You black, man? I didn't know that.
Yeah, who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? But look, I'm still very involved in the black community. So I think, like same thing as the first question, I think people know my work ethic. They know that I stand for something, and then when I get behind it, I'm full force. You know what I mean? So I appreciate your questions, Whitney. Keep them coming.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.
No problem.
Hey, Whit, we appreciate you calling in here on the line, 90.7 FM. It's your boy, DJ number 1. Keep it locked. If there's any more questions, go hit up KMSN Productions, and we are standing by for your questions.
All right, cool. Bye.
Appreciate you. Hey, so if anybody else has any more questions, feel free to call in 865-9577 and 865-7981, or you can hit up my page, KMSN Productions on Facebook, and we're standing by. We'll be here for the next 15 to 20 minutes. And Anthony brought up a point here with this last caller that, I almost forgot to mention, what they're also forgetting to mention on Twitter as well as Facebook and all the other feeds that they have supporting this article is that Anthony explicitly stated yesterday on our show, if you were paying attention or listening in, that Anthony said that he did not take anybody's he didn't take anybody's plans per se, but he's picking them up to move on with them.
Right.
And he explicitly stated that.
Right.
He said that he's taking them. He never denied the fact that he's using them. He said that he's picking them up and moving forward with them,
right,
which is a big difference because he's not denying the fact, which is, again, why I'm curious as to why Onward State didn't take a quote from him and state that, because he explicitly stated that he is taking previous agendas and using them to move forward.
Right.
And again, and that's just me as a neutral listener, and I'm explicitly stating that because I am a neutral party here, but I just want that to be clearly mentioned for you guys that are trying to make this decision, on your own here, that he never denied that. So Anthony, do you want to touch on anything further with even your agenda here?
Yeah, man. I mean, as a member of the past 2 assemblies, I was firsthand witnessing and contributing to the implementation of a lot of these initiatives. And I'm in the committees working on them with, my fellow representatives and, my chairs and things like that. And I was disappointed at the current state of the elections, when I was about to do the write-in campaign with Zico. And And I wanted to bring back professionalism to the organization and reaffirm to the student bodies the faith in the student government, because a lot of people are not trusting UPUA, especially with a lot of this quote-unquote scandal stuff.
Right.
And let me speak on this quote-unquote scandal.
Okay.
This is not big boy politics. We're not in Washington, D.C. right now.
Right.
Why are people taking this so seriously? You know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody's getting paid for this. Nobody's getting any major power off this. And what students keep forgetting, and media outlets are just adding fuel to the fire with this, is that this, in the grand scheme of things, if you're not doing anything with these seats that we get, if we're not making a tangible difference to these students, then it's all for nothing.
Exactly.
You didn't pay for a website for nothing. You didn't bought T-shirts for nothing.
Exactly.
You didn't told somebody to vote for you for nothing.
Exactly.
But a vote for Anthony Mitchell is not for nothing. I'm telling you that right now.
Exactly. And now there were some other questions here coming in.
Yeah.
This one, I guess y'all don't want to use the Facebook page, so you're going to message them to me. One of the thoughts was, after this, how do you move forward? Like tomorrow, if worse comes to worse and, you don't get it and this taints it enough where you don't get elected, what are you going to do? What's that going to have effect on what you do here on campus already?
Yeah, so I'm already pretty involved with campus. Like I said, I think yesterday I was a new student orientation leader. I was a resident assistant. I'm a line ambassador. So, I've been in part of the Penn State process. I even worked at Old Main for a little bit in the development office over with Rod Kirsch and, Cheryl Kaplan and folks like that. So, I'm not going to be cut off from the university. I'm still going to be here for another year putting in work because that's what students deserve. They deserve better from the student leaders on campus who just have these titles and don't do anything with them. I'm about tangible change. If that's not the student government, then you can trust and believe and bet your bottom dollar that I'm still going to be somewhere putting in work for somebody because there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done here and we're going to get it done.
And again, I think that is another important thing to shine light on is that no matter what, because before I knew you were running for president, I knew you as, Anthony Mitchell that's doing everything and anything. But I'm going to shut up because we got another caller coming through, so let's bring him through for you.
No matter what.
Hey, what? Hey,
Hi.
Hey, how you doing, caller? I just heard the delay in my voice on your line. But hey, you're tuned into the line 90.7 FM. It's your boy, DJ Number One here with presidential candidate Anthony Mitchell. Who are we speaking to and what's up?
This is Stephanie.
Oh, hey, Stephanie. How you doing?
Hey, what's up,
Hello?
Steph? How you doing? Yeah, we're still here with you. What can we do for you today, Steph?
I had a question. Some people are speculating that this article is a result of Onward State's kind of endorsement of the Terry Ford campaign, even though they can't technically endorse that campaign. Do you think that's true?
I don't know. I'm not one to speculate. I'm the one that goes off the fact. The fact is, this broke the day before election. Being honest with ourselves, does it seem a little shady? It does. But like I said, I'm not one to speculate. I'm going off the fact. The fact is, if you still turn out for Anthony Mitchell and write me in tomorrow, we're going to get this thing done. That's the facts.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hey, Steph, thanks for calling in. Hey, if you have any more questions, go tune in to KMSN Productions on Facebook and go and drop them in there for me. We appreciate you guys calling in for your support. Hey, and this is crazy, man. Steph, our last caller brought up a good point. Is this a way that they indirectly endorse another candidate? Because there's certain groups that are not allowed to endorse candidates. So myself, for example, I can't. And for anybody listening, so there's no confusion, I'm not personally endorsing Anthony Mitchell. The radio station is not personally endorsing Anthony Mitchell nor the other candidate because it's not allowed. We're neutral parties. Same with the Onward State. And I was hoping that as a newspaper they would not endorse. So do they indirectly endorse or they just stay out of it completely? And I kind of wish somebody from Onward State, if you are listening, anybody from Onward State, any reporters, if you could feel free to call in at 865-9577. I would love to hear your take, especially the person, Lexi. I cannot say her last name, so I won't butcher it, but Lexi, who wrote this article, I'm kind of curious to, if we could get, this response from you as far as why, Anthony did not have a quote here on your article. Because as neutral reporters, we should always have both sides, as much as possible.
And we sat down. I sat down with Alex for a good half hour, and we talked about, and I walked them through the process of, I got a mutual endorsement last year from Emily McDonald and Terry Ford. And that means that we both signed off on each other's platforms. And I was even on their slate, so when they was telling people to vote, they was telling people to vote for Anthony Mitchell too. So, it's mind blowing to me that, you want to take all the bad stuff but you don't publish the good. You're not talking about how I got all these endorsements and I'm mobilizing folks to come out and vote, to even turn out to vote in a matter of a week. I haven't even been running for a week.
Exactly.
And we have all these endorsements and people lined up ready to vote for us. Why you not covering that? That's a story.
But they only you only get gunned for in life when you're running, like when you're in the front. You only get attacked when you're in the front.
Right.
When you're in the back, nobody really cares because you can't do any damage. But as soon as you become a threat, you always know you became a threat when people start gunning for you.
Yeah.
And that speaks highly on you because I haven't heard you say any negativity tonight. Because I'd be mad, man. If I'm running for president, you know, I mean, personally, I shouldn't say I'd be mad, but I'd just be a little upset right now because it's been a week's time.
Yeah.
You know, how long has everybody else been running so far?
Yeah, so we started about 2 weeks ago. The elections process is about 2 weeks. I mean, the campaigning process is about 2 weeks. And then that Wednesday after those 2 weeks, that's when election day is. So about 2.5 weeks.
So you split that in half and still doing it. And you know what, man? I'm really glad you came in because it's like I didn't want this.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yo, of course. So just a couple of things. You know, we gotta get off soon, but I really would appreciate you guys if you could come to KMSN Productions, have any questions. Anthony's also on Facebook, Twitter. He has his own website. Yeah. You can hit up if you have any questions. You know, we all are ready to answer them. You know, if you can't get in contact with him, feel free to contact myself, and we will get any of your questions answered so we can get the best candidate in there tomorrow. You know, we don't want anybody to get picked because of misknowledge or miscommunication. But we have another caller, and you know, this hotline is really blinging today. Oh my goodness! But hey, we like that. So we're going to get an answer this call so I can shut up.
Go ahead.
Hey, you're on the line, 90.7 FM. It's your boy, DJ number 1. You're here with the presidential candidate, Anthony Mitchell. What can we do for you? What's your name, man?
Hi, I'm Dave from Onward State.
Hey, what's going on?
What's much, man?
How you doing, Dave? You're from Onward State, you said?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Dave? What can we do for you today? What you got for us?
All right, so, you know, I just want to ask a few questions regarding, because, you know, we're listening to let me just mute my volume here.
Yeah,
we're listening to the broadcast, but just wondering, you say you didn't plagiarize, Anthony, yet in the article.
Yeah.
There are, I mean, your platform versus theirs, it's word for word. And you say we didn't include quotes, yet there's a quote from you in our article.
Can you find that, Strong?
Yeah, I can pull it up.
Yeah, go ahead. I got you.
All right.
If you go down.
Do you want to tackle the plagiarism question first?
Yeah.
So I mean, so let me break down the mutual endorsement thing. So when you mutually endorse somebody, right, you sign off on both platforms, right? With the whole plagiarism thing, plagiarism is an account of not giving credit to somebody whose work is done, right? Can we agree on that?
I mean, plagiarism it's copying the work of someone else. I understand that.
Yeah, but without crediting them,
mutual.
Right?
In the platform, it appears as though it's your words. There is no acknowledgement.
So the acknowledgement comes in the beginning where I said, these are not all my initiatives. Explicitly said in the beginning of the top of the platform, these are not all my initiatives. I'm going to say it for everybody that's listening. Everything on this platform is not my Anthony Mitchell's sole doing. A lot of this stuff comes from the 8th Assembly. A lot of this stuff comes from the 9th Assembly. A lot of this stuff comes from the 10th Assembly. And I specifically say that because I knew that a lot of this stuff would not get done in the 10th Assembly. You know, so when we're talking about, you know, picking up the baton and making sure these things get done, if we're being honest with ourselves, Dave, if you can't complete everything that's on this list, like the creamy ice cream truck. You know, that's been going on for a couple years now, you know, trying to work with food services, trying to work with, getting the van, getting the logo, getting the creamery on board with it for one, because they have a monopoly on the ice cream. So if we're talking about, you know, getting these initiatives done and actually making things happen, somebody's got to pick up that baton and make it happen. And I definitely want to make mention to everybody that's listening, not everything on my platform, I'll say it for you again, is my idea exactly. And it didn't come from my brain to, you know.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, you know, that was explicitly stated, you know, within this last week of the campaign. And the important part of plagiarism is passing it as your own. That's like the sugar underlining at the end of it. So I think the biggest part of that is that he has acknowledged, from my understanding, again, as a neutral party, that he has been acknowledging from the different assemblies and the different committee, how he has gotten some of these ideas, and he has acknowledged that in the last week.
My issue here is, though, you can convey an idea in your own wording. You can acknowledge at the top of it. I mean, there's a certain section where the Ford platform, the McDonald Ford platform had
the one from
10th Assembly, and then yours had 10. I mean, it's word for your words. My issue is, I can write an article that on a similar idea, but if I copy word for word, it's plagiarism.
Well, this isn't along the same things as journalism. This is putting out the idea. Because we're promoting the idea that happened last year that brought up in that platform. We're promoting that idea. We're not promoting, a new journal, a new article, and things like that. And not to, sound like I'm snapping at you, Dave.
No.
Just to, put it in context. This is just an idea of what's going to happen, and it's not exactly. And I understand what you're getting at, but we have to understand that the lens of journalism. And I'm sure you can attest to this, there's a whole different way of citing things and reporting things and, deep background, citing stuff and things like that. Because this is your forte. This is what you do. But I'm saying from the platform, we just put out there what our plan is, what we're trying to do. And if that is similar or if that's the same thing as what happened last year, they're getting me the cue to wrap up. But if they're doing last year, then we got to, pick up that baton, like I said. And I think we're the ones to get it done.
All right. If I can get one more thing in, though, just real quick. We're not endorsing Ford.
Of course. Nobody's endorsing.
And we appreciate that. And we appreciate you guys calling in. Unfortunately, we got a baseball game coming up tonight, so we got to get ready to switch over to that. But we really appreciate all you guys' calls, comments, concerns, and all the calls coming in. We really appreciate your feedback, Dave. We really appreciate that. If there's any more questions, comments, concerns from anybody that's listening, feel free to go to KMSN Productions on Facebook.com or go ahead to Anthony's page. You go to his Twitter. We are ready to answer any questions here tonight. And everybody come out tomorrow. Voting starts at 5 a.m., correct? 6 a.m. Man, I'm there early. I know I'm on military time.
Man, wake up, vote, definitely go back to sleep.
Ready to go. Everybody come out. We want the best group to win. We really appreciate you. We'll see you on Thursday night, everybody.
Right,
good luck tomorrow. Thanks you, Anthony. We really appreciate you coming to answer these questions tonight.
All right.
For those listening, keep it locked on Line 9.7 FM. We got the baseball game coming up next. The caller that's calling right now, we're sorry we can't take your call right now. I really want to, but hit me up on Facebook, KMSN Productions. Thank you all for tuning in. It's your boy, DJ number 1 here on the Line 90.7.